Hello, I'm Yuri, aka Yuri, basically curious guy who likes to create. Ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated by magnets and I wanted to see the magnetic field. You might have heard about this amazing magnetic liquid called ferrofluid. It has some practical applications, blah blah blah, and some people use it to visualize magnetic fields. I became interested, but I wanted to see more than just a few blunt spikes. So, after a couple of years, I got this. And before I tell you more, let's hear a few words from my sponsor.
I don't care about your videos.
That was my day job manager. Back to the topic. Ferrofluid is basically magnetic particles of 10 nanometers or less in a liquid. Just for perspective, a red blood cell is about 7 micrometers, so these particles are about 700 times smaller than your average blood cell. So the particles in a ferrofluid are around the same size as an average politician's brain. As I was saying, I think ferrofluid sucks when it comes to visualizing magnetic fields, which was my goal. Probably because the weight of the particles in a carrier fluid is too high, or maybe some other magic we call physics is involved. There are ferrofluid experiments with so-called ferrocells which show lines when you get close with a magnet. However, these don't follow lines of magnetic force, and this guy nicely explained what happens and how to make a ferrocell if you're interested. I recommend the video. But this contains clear fluid and particles which measure from 1 to 5/100ths of a millimeter. Just for perspective, my hair is 8/100ths of a millimeter. And I know that because I measured them under the microscope using calibration slide. These particles are more than 1,000 times bigger than those in ferrofluid, but I like the effect more as they follow magnetic lines in space, and that's more interesting to me. And just to show you what I mean by interesting, here are the north poles of magnets and these are the south poles. You can see magnetic field lines showing how north and south attract and same poles repel. And if you arrange the magnets into patterns, you can get something like this. And here is the same thing if I use some color lighting. What exactly is under this will be the topic of my next video, so stay tuned if you're interested. I will also show you a way how you can submit drawing to me, and I will publish resulting field on a video. I think that this is one of the nicest things I've created. Not only it can show amazing patterns if organized nicely, but it's hypnotic to watch during the settling phase. I like this more than I like my kids. But don't tell my wife, please. I already told the kids. Of course, that was a joke. I didn't tell them. I call this Yuri's Magnetic Field Visualizer. Because I'm very creative. I'll do my best to film it on a video, but I don't have a professional camera or fancy video equipment. And I can tell you that this is much better viewed live, as we can perceive that with two eyes and quickly refocus. Staring at this is hard to describe to video only viewers. I think every science freak or magnet lover should have one at home. It's very relaxing, and every time you set up a new pattern, it's thrilling and mesmerizing to watch, as you don't really know what exactly will appear. I can say it has healing properties better than orgonite, cures cancer, AIDS, leprosy and stupidity. I really can say that. It's not true, but there are more damaging things being said in other media channels, so least I can do is to have some fun here, right? It's also a great conversation starter. Wow, what is that? My father died. I'd like to share more interesting things I was working on over the years. I consider starting a business making stuff, but realized that people in my country won't pay me reasonable money to make it worth the time spent, and it would be shame if I got hit by a car, or fell off a cliff, or stabbed myself in the back 13 times, and nobody continued to build up on the stuff I already researched. So I'll start publishing it on YouTube. It may also inspire someone. F***ing copycat. Excuse me. And in case you're like, dude, this would look awesome in resin. Good news, I'm already on that. I just finished first table in the world, I believe, with Magdala. That's short form Magnet Mandala. Because I'm very good at naming things, obviously. Video coming soon. Maybe you can already see a link in the corner. I think I will make another visualizer like this eventually and document the process in detail so you can make one yourselves. And once I do, I will put a link into the description or comments of this video. And I'd like to make one bigger. Maybe this big. But maybe not that big, because it's not that easy. That being said, hit that subscribe if you're interested, Like and share on socials to show support, and check out my next 4K video of field arrangements in the visualizer. Enjoy! See you in the next one.